Hello and welcome everyone to our latest general review on symptoms of anxiety, depression, and peri-traumatic dissociation in critical care clinicians managing the COVID-19 patients. It has been recently published in American Journal of Critical Care Medicine. Critical care healthcare professionals have been in the front line since the beginning of the pandemic. Preserving their mental health is of paramount importance, and several interventions might help to mitigate this psychological burden. The objective of this study was to assess the prevalence and determinants of the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and peri-traumatic dissociation in critical care healthcare professionals. Now, let's see what was the method of this study. It was a cross-sectional study in nurses, nursing assistants, senior physicians, residents, medical students, and allied health professionals widely exposed to COVID-19 pandemic, working in the 21 ICUs across France. They used two scales. The first was the HADS 14-item self-assessment questionnaire, which included 7 items for anxiety and 7 for depression, and it was scored on 4 points. It is reliable to detect depression and anxiety, and a cutoff of more than 7 was used for each subscale to detect the symptoms. Now, PDEQ, the 10th item self report instrument, was used to report dissociation. It included two different constructs, the impaired awareness and derealization or depersonalization. These two were assessed in the questionnaire, and a cutoff of more than 15 was used to detect peri-traumatic dissociation. So the study outcome was mental health symptoms included anxiety, depression, and peri-traumatic dissociation, which were defined by the scores as already mentioned. Coming to results, 1058 subjects were included in the study. The average age was 33, the median, with a IQR of 28 to 41. Sex mostly female, 71%. Nurse was the highest, 47%. Nursing assistant, 21%. Senior physician, around 20%. Resident, 7.4. Medical students, 2.4. And other allied professionals, 2.6%. So this was the total population that took part in the survey. ICU experience in median years was 5 years. The number of hours worked per week was around 45, which was the median. Use of psychotropic drugs before the pandemic was in 5.2% of the patients. Increased use or new intake of psychotropic drugs since the pandemic was extensively increased, and it was almost 23% for the subjects who took part in the survey. Among the nurses, the symptom of anxiety was in almost 50%. Nursing assistant 62%, senior physician almost 50%, residents 41, medical students less, and other allied professionals slightly less. Now coming to depression, it was highest among again the nursing assistants, followed by nurses. The symptoms of peri-traumatic dissociation, again high among the nursing assistants and medical students. So the younger population was more prone to peri-traumatic dissociation, which was associated with more risk of post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, if we look at the groups which were symptomatic versus who are asymptomatic, then there was an increased incidence of fear of being infected, increased fear of infecting the family members, and increased fear of infecting colleagues. So this is the square which is representing the symptomatic population. This is the asymptomatic population, and it was significant in all the three parameters. The fear of infecting, and the highest fear was about infecting the family. Now, if you look at the risk factors which were associated with these symptoms, male sex was less associated with anxiety, depression, and dissociation. Now, as we already have seen, the post-traumatic stress was more in the nursing assistants and medical students. They had a very high risk of developing these symptoms, and anxiety was also significantly more in them. University hospitals had a lesser risk of associating problems. Fear of being infected was high. Having seen more than 30% increase the anxiety, number of COVID deaths managed. As the COVID deaths increased, the anxiety also increased. So the more deaths they saw, the subjects became more and more depressed. Witnessing hasty end of life decision, again a very significant risk for depression as well as dissociation. Regret regarding the restricted visitation was significant for anxiety and depression. The limitations of the study. French study, so it cannot be generalized to the population around the world since it was a cross-sectional design and it was at one point of time. It doesn't have a long-term impact, and the data was collected after COVID, so the pre-COVID impact was not known. So the take-home message is critical care healthcare professionals have been facing tremendous psychological burden during the COVID-19 pandemic. The following 6 modifiable factors have been independently associated with psychological symptoms. The first is fear of being infected. The second is inability to rest. Third is inability to care for one's family. The fourth is struggling for difficult emotions, regret about restricted visitation policy, and witnessing hasty end of the life decisions. So if the healthcare management looks into these 6 major issues, then maybe these factors can be allayed and the mental health of our healthcare professional can be preserved. Thank you for your patience and check our website for further information.